Find a chair, sit down and relax. We're going to spend the next 15 minutes stretching the entire upper body. Wrists, elbows, shoulders, traps, and neck. All of it. You'll benefit from a well-structured and calm routine that will gradually lead you to well-being and help you forget about pain. Let's start with the first stretch. Always from distal to proximal, we'll begin with the wrists. And basically what I want you to do is stretch one arm straight out in front of you like this. Next, I want you to place your hand right at the level of your palm. From here, I want you to fully extend your elbow, as you can see clearly in that side camera, and keep the tension. You should feel the stretch on the inner part of your forearm. We're only going to do 4 breaths, inhaling through the nose. Instead of counting, let's start. Exhale. And every time you exhale, notice how I tense that arm, stretching it a little more. I inhale. I exhale and pull that hand and that elbow to relax all the muscles in my forearm. 2 more. I inhale. I exhale. Last one. Forearm flexors. I exhale. That's what we're stretching here. They are extremely important. There is a significant muscle imbalance between the inner and outer part of the forearm. So many wrist and elbow problems can be solved with this simple movement. Again, I fully extend my arm, grip my hand with my palm, keep my elbow straight, and pull my palm toward me to feel a stretch along the inner edge of my forearm. Let's switch sides. I take a breath. I exhale. With a pleasant tension in my inner forearm. I inhale. I exhale, always through the mouth, trying to push the stretch a little further with each repetition. I inhale. And I exhale. Uff. Very good. Now we're going to work on the muscles opposite to the wrist extensors, so pay close attention. I want you to take your hand and stretch your right hand at the base of the thumb. Like this. Next, we stretch the arm just like we did before. And this time I want the crease of the elbow, which is right here, the area where we bend the elbow. I want you to pull it up, rotate that shoulder as much as possible and pull up, and at the same time, pull that wrist toward you. It's a less intense stretch than the previous one, but you should feel it along the entire outer edge of the forearm. Less muscle, less stretching sensation. And we're going to do 4 breaths. I take a breath. Notice how my arm rotates inward, and then I rotate it upward, trying to bring this crease of the elbow as high as possible. On, relax. 1, loosen up and up. I stretch that elbow well and bring my crease toward the ceiling. 2, exceptional if you have problems with epicondylitis. We release. 3, we have 1 left. We release. It might be a little bit complicated to visualize. Let's look at it from another point of view. I want you to take your arm again, the left one, stretch it out in front of you and grab it with your other hand at the base of the thumb. From here, fully stretch your arm. As you can see, my elbow crease faces that way. What I want is that while you keep that wrist towards you, you exhale and look, this crease goes upward. Here it's facing the camera, here it's facing upward. And that's what we're going to do. To notice tightness on the outer edge of the forearm, we inhale, we exhale. We inhale. We exhale. And every time I exhale, I try to bring that fold as far up as possible. I have 2 left. We exhale. 1 more. And we exhale. We relax the arm, and now the sensations are different. I find my forearms more relaxed, and my wrists feel freer. Next, we are going to move on to the elbow joint, with a stretch for the biceps and triceps. However, before continuing, I want to let you know that every Sunday I send out my newsletter where you'll find all the videos I've published during the week. If you want to join, just click on the top right corner of the screen up there, go to the website, leave your email, and you'll receive it every Sunday. Both the videos from the week and access to my library of over 1,000 videos, all organized by body area, and also early access to the programs we launch throughout the year. It's completely free, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. Pay close attention, let's move on to the biceps, which is also a bit tricky. I want you to pass your right hand behind your back and grab your left forearm at the wrist. Stretch your arm as much as you can, like a bodybuilding pose. Now, we'll repeat the same movement. I want your wrist to stay facing down, just like we just did. And I want that arm to rotate forward so that this crease of the elbow faces forward. This is going to create some tension here in the arm. Let's repeat with the arm behind. I want your opposite hand to grab it at the wrist. I want you to bend that wrist toward you and stand up very straight. And from here, look, I turn my elbow outward so that this crease is facing forward. I'm not like this because here I don't feel anything. I turn outward, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and bam! The tightness is in the front part of my forearm, right here. I take a breath. Look, I release. And I create that fold. Notice what a good stretch it is and how good it feels. Very useful if you have shoulder pain. We release. A little more. We release. One more. We release. And we repeat with the other side. Very good sensations at the biceps level. I put my hand behind. The opposite hand is going to be placed near the wrist. Flexing my palm, I fully extend my arm and stand very straight, like striking a bodybuilder pose. Now I bring my elbow forward. Look. How I bring that elbow forward, this fold over there, to feel the stretch along the entire biceps area. We release. One. We release. And every time I let go, I try to turn a little more. Two. We release, adding more intensity to each movement. Three. Let's go for it. And four. Relax arms. Now let's go for the triceps, which is the muscle located at the back of our arm. We are going to stretch it together with the Latissimus dorsi muscle, which is also very complex and also includes the shoulder muscles. For that, look, we are going to need a small wall. I stand sideways and my hand is at the level of my nape. Rest your elbow against the wall and bend your hand as much as possible, as if trying to scratch yourself. Right here, behind and behind. Neck level, and then let yourself fall toward the wall to open the angle between your arm and your torso. And is he going to allow you to do this? A stretch both at the armpit level and behind the arm, and we're going to do 4 breaths. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm going to adjust this a little more. After this, I take a breath. We exhale with the neck bent. I move closer to the wall, and the space between my arm and my torso opens up. 2. We exhale. 3. We exhale. 4. Very good, very pleasant, very liberating, especially for the shoulder, but also for the trapezius. Look, I'm going to turn around so you can see it very, very well from this angle. I'm basically going to put my hand on the back of my neck, as if to scratch it. I'm going to rest my arm against the wall, and from here I'm going to let myself drop to increase the angle between my arm and my torso. Very simple, but at the same time very, very powerful. Take a breath, bend your elbow, and try to get as close as you can by eye. 1. I breathe. I exhale and let my body move closer to the wall. Good stretch at the shoulder level. 2, 3, 4, 4. I exhale and move closer. 3. I exhale and move closer. 4. And that was the last one. I was already going for 5. Very good. Very good sensations in the shoulder. Now we're going to continue with a stretch focused on the interscapular muscles, which are basically the muscles located between our shoulder blades, which can be very painful for people who are very sedentary and spend all day sitting. We keep our knees close together and interlace our hands. I want you to place those hands on the outer edge of your left leg and bring your right shoulder. This one here, as high as you can. I want you to lift it up, and that will create lateral flexion, which is key to the exercise. Once your hands are here, you'll get that lateral flexion. Look, my shoulder goes as high as possible. I'm going to slide down as if I wanted to bring my fist to the floor. It's at this point, with the elbow between the outer thigh and elbow, that we'll start feeling tightness in the right side of the rib cage. This is what I'm telling you. If we haven't done that movement of the shoulders outward, I assure you that you won't feel anything. If you have a normal position like this, I don't feel any stretching here. That's why your right shoulder has to move to the side and go as high as possible. You'll notice that tightness between your right shoulder blade and your spine. And we're going to do 4 breaths, always trying to go a little bit lower. Breathe in and out and try to go a little bit lower. Greater muscle tension, breathe in. Tension, release. 2. Release, stronger, just a little more. 3. Let's do the last one, release. 4. Relax. I return to the start and repeat. Look, in this case, I place my hands on the right side. I want the left shoulder to go up as high as possible to the side, bending that spine. And from here, I inhale and exhale and let myself fall down. Tightness, we're going to feel it especially here between the shoulder blade and the spine. I inhale, exhale, and let myself fall a little more, flexing the spine to create more tension in the muscles. 2. Release, we release. 3. 4. We slowly return to the original position and move on to the posterior deltoid, which is also a very pleasant exercise for the shoulder. Basically, we cross the arm in front, and with the opposite arm, we try to bring that biceps as close to the chest as possible. We need to keep the shoulder roughly horizontal. It can't face down or be too high, as that would change things. We're going to feel the tightness here in the back area, and it's extremely good for all issues related to movement. Shoulder capsule issues, for example, frozen shoulder, capsulitis, bursitis, and even any type of rotator cuff tendinitis. We inhale, and as we exhale, I bring the arm in, reducing the space between the biceps and chest. We take a breath in, exhale, and pull that arm firmly toward us. 2. 3. Let's go with the last one. And 4. Relax. Switch arm, same movement. Let's inhale and exhale. And 4. I bring my arm toward my chest. 1, 3. 2. 3. And 4. We relax. We place the wrist of the left hand at waist level and keep this elbow in front. We stand up very, very straight, and then my hand goes behind that elbow and I pull a little bit forward. The tightness is more diffuse. It's harder to pinpoint at the shoulder level, and it can be a little painful. Don't overdo this exercise, just push carefully. If you're one of those people who can't grab your elbow with your hand, you can always use a wall and turn your body to create the needed tension. We inhale and exhale. 1. We throw. 2. 3. 4. Repeat the process on the other side. Careful with the shoulder, slowly. Place the wrist at waist level, the opposite hand goes behind the elbow. I take a breath and as I exhale, I bring that elbow forward. Exhale, 1. Exhale. 2. Three. And 4. Very good. We've finished with the wrists, forearms, arms, and shoulders. Now we'll move to the cervical area and trapezius, likely your main area of interest. Sit up straight and put your left hand behind your back. Look at where I have my hand right now. Put your hand in your pants so it doesn't bother us, but you don't have to keep it there. With some muscle strength, lower this shoulder as much as possible. Now we're going to move my head. Right ear toward right shoulder, and I want you to gently push down with that hand and work through 4 breaths. You'll especially feel the tightness along the outer edge of the trapezius. Take a breath. Exhale, exhale. 1. Very, very good. 2. 3. And 4. Slowly return to the starting position, then switch hands. My right hand goes behind and is placed here at the level of my pants. Notice how you're seeing it. My right shoulder drops down as much as possible. My left ear moves closer to my left shoulder, and from here, look straight ahead. Didn't I say that before? We push a little to create some tension on the side of the trapezius in the neck. Take a breath and push a little. That's it. Don't overdo it. Let go. 1. Let go. 2. 3. 4. Watch carefully without losing your position. I'm going to turn my head and look toward my left chest. I bring my chin as close as possible and push the egg a little bit. Okay? Keeping the whole structure of my right arm like before, lowering the scapula, hand back here, okay? Shall we go for it? 4 breaths, inhale, exhale. 1. 2. 3. Every time I let go, my head drops a little. 4. I relax and switch sides. I look toward my right chest. I bring my chin toward my chest. My left hand goes back inside my pants. Remember, look where I have it, over here. And with the opposite hand, what I do is put it in, raise it, and place it on the back of my neck. I inhale, then exhale while lowering my chin to my chest. 1. We release. Stay upright or the stretch won't be right. 2. 3. And 4. We relax that hand, slowly return to the starting position, and we have one last stretch left. Stretching the suboccipital muscles, which are the smallest and uppermost muscles of the neck, connecting exactly this structure to the skull. To do this, we're going to bring our chin to our chest and look down. But pay close attention to what I do with my hands. I want to introduce a rotational movement to achieve a greater stretch. So place your hands in such a way that your fingers are on the back of your neck and both thumbs are on your cheekbones. From here, we're going to encourage a greater rotational movement to feel more stretch in that back area. It's a small movement, so it may be hard to see on camera. We take a breath from this position. As I exhale, I turn my head, tuck it in, and pull with my fingers to get a deeper stretch. 1, 2, 3. 2, I relax and we continue. I push twists. 3. Let's do the last one. Release. And 4. We slowly return the head to the starting position, and with this last stretch, we are done. Remember, if you want to receive all my videos, you just have to click on that upper right corner of the screen and leave your email. This way, you'll get my weekly newsletter every Sunday with all the week's videos, access to over 1,000 exercises by body area, plus early access to all my programs. I just want to say goodbye and thank you. I hope you can share it with those who need it, and I also hope to see you again on my channel on another occasion to help improve your quality of life. Bye, friends. Goodbye.